The number of victims has been increasing exponentially over the last few hours. Just how severe is this attack?
Well, Andrea, activists are describing it as the worst gas attack in Syria since the war started just over 6 years ago now. We know that dozens of people have been killed. Dozens more have been injured. Now, the Syrian Opposition National Coalition is saying that around 100 or so have been killed and 400 have been injured. But those numbers haven't been confirmed by any other body at this moment in time. But what we do know is that some images have emerged from this attack, and we can see from them that the suffering is very intense. We're hearing reports of foaming at the mouth, fainting, suffocation, and other types of severe injuries as well. Many of the survivors of the attacks have been taken to hospitals around Idlib and are said to be in critical condition. Doctors there are saying that they believe the gas was a nerve agent. There is nothing at this stage to confirm exactly which gas was used, but we do know that this is one of the most severe attacks in many years in Syria. Now, the regime has been carrying out airstrikes repeatedly, incessantly, mainly in Idlib province and in Hama province. These are areas that are controlled by rebel groups, and the fight against the rebels has been intense recently. So, and there is evidence to suggest that the gas attack was carried out by airstrikes, which dropped bombs on civilian areas. Now, the town itself, Khan Shaykhun, is just on the border of southern border of Idlib, very close to Hama, where the fighting has been taking place. And we know that the town has now emptied as a result of this attack. Now, the Syrian Opposition National Coalition is demanding a UN investigation. It says it wants accountability, but the regime has said that it has not carried out this attack and that it has never carried out any kind of chemical attacks on its people.
And on the issue of accountability, we will remember the U.S. once said that they would draw the line for intervention in Syria at the use of chemical weapons. Still, these attacks seem to be continuing. So can we expect any kind of accountability if this is confirmed?
Indeed, these attacks have been continuing. In the main, they tend to be, and they are very frequent, they tend to be chlorine attacks. Now, chlorine doesn't kill people. It causes suffocation, it causes choking, sometimes vomiting, but it doesn't lead to fatalities. So this attack would seem that it was on a much more severe scale and a different kind of gas was used. Now, in terms of accountability, I can refer back to a very serious attack that took place in August 2013 in eastern Ghouta, in the eastern countryside, just east of the capital Damascus. And at that stage, 1,000 people were killed. The UN did carry out an investigation. It concluded that sarin gas had been used, that war crimes had been committed, but it didn't apportion any kind of blame to any side. Now, that was the extent of the investigation. And if we go by this history of investigations, then in all likelihood, we will see the same come out of this current attack. There may well be an investigation, but whether anyone's actually blamed, let alone held accountable, really remains to be seen.
Okay, Shamim, joining us there from Gaziantep. Thanks for that, as always.